Heyo, this is a Thursday quick tip with a challenge. After finishing this pic, I felt excited to share my thoughts on the process. It's crazy thinking of all the different kinds of rules when it comes to art, and being creative is a balance of knowing the rules and breaking them. I don't want to get too technical with this video because I do think it could be a cool series later on, but we are going to look at one rule in photography called the rule of thirds. It's part of the composition when planning your photo. You've definitely seen this giant hashtag on your phone, when taking pictures, on your camera, or even when editing. This is the layout for the rule of thirds. It's dividing vertically and horizontally into thirds. To see it on your phone, you can go to settings, scroll down to the camera section, and scroll down to see grid, and turn that on. So now when you open up the camera app to take a picture, boom, the layout should be there. All camera brands are different. On my Canon cameras, it's in the menu on this section, and then it's called a 3x3 grid. So you can turn that on. So this is used to help guide your photography. There might be different ways to use this layout, but the primary way is going to be to align your subject or objects in your photo along these four intersections. At least one of them. This is an extremely popular way of framing your shots for movies and a lot of photography. So if it's just like a portrait, kind of like where I'm sitting right now, I kind of even purposely put myself on the third already. And so you're kind of aligning your shot like this. So my eyes and my face should be on this top right or left intersection. So the eyes are going to be the main focus for that. And if you're taking a picture farther away of like a whole body or a figure, line up your subject on one of the points. Like you can move your camera, you can move your subject, and like see what looks good. Like if I'm facing the open space, does that look better if I'm facing the shorter side? Is it better if the subject is on the low point or the high point? Like experiment and see what looks good. And that's gonna help you be able to go beyond this guide, this layout, this rule, and just be more creative. So part one of the challenge is when you're watching movies or scrolling on Instagram or looking at your own photos, look to see the rule of thirds and see how many times it comes out. Good little practice and you'll see how popular it is and how effective it is. For my recent photo using this setup, I didn't follow it exactly, but I did use it as a guide for how to set up my figures. I knew I wanted the arc to be on the bottom line, and so it's kind of crossing over those two bottom points. And then I wanted it to be centered along with Indy behind it. And for Salah and Marion, I didn't have any direction at first. I just knew I wanted them behind. I could have put them anywhere, but I wanted to align them on the points. And I really liked the way that looked. I liked how balanced it was. I could have put them anywhere. I could have spread them out, mix and matched, more behind Indy or whatever. But I just liked how balanced it looked. So it's nice to use it as like a guide, a reference, if you don't already have, a shot lined up in your head. So part two and the main challenge is to take a photo using the rule of thirds. Set up your scene how you normally would, whether it's with figures or people or objects. You can look at it and then just align your subject, like your main subject, onto one of the points. And then maybe if there's like an extra character or something, you can align that to another point like I did in mine. If you do this and you post something, tag me at AmusingKing. And whether it's a toy photo or some other kind of photography, tag me. I love it when you comment about being inspired or you found one of the videos helpful. Like it really means a lot. So now that you know this rule, does that mean all of your future shots have to follow this rule? Absolutely not. Like I use it in my example. It's a really good starting point to see if you're not sure how you want to line up your objects, and maybe you just need a little inspiration. But like I said in the beginning, some rules are meant to be broken, but it's still good to know them to create and inspire. Peace.